Hey, it's Joel. Normally, a video starts out where I'm going to talk about something cool that's going to happen, but unfortunately, I had a bit of a failure. This is the build tack sheet from my G-Max 1.5 XT Plus. It's the magnetic sheet. It's lost its magnetivity. We had an issue. There was a corner lifting, and it wasn't this. It was actually the magnetic sheet. The lift was pulling this right off. And as I investigated, I started lifting the magnetic part under it, and I lifted it off the glass. And all of the magnets were staying on the glass. Oh, fail. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the other side of that. That's where all the magnets should go. So my wife and I, one by one, picked off the magnets, and we ended up with, well, this stack. Well, will you stand here? There we go. 90-degree corners work. This stack of magnets, and I wasn't gonna waste them. These are magnets. These are awesome magnets. These are special because these, I think this was the very first removable build tack sheet made for the G-Max. These are history magnets right here. I don't want to get rid of them. I have an idea. This is Mini Joel. You know Mini Joel. I did that video where I talked about the prusa machines and the cooling duct, the fan duct, some sort of duct. And I think I have an idea. What if we take Mini Joel, we cut him in half, we add some magnets, and then we turn Mini Joel into a Mini Joel refrigerator magnet? I think it's a great idea. I think it's a fantastic idea. I think it's an idea that we're going to explore right here on 3D Printing Nerd. This episode of 3D Printing Nerd is brought to you in part by Technically Nerdy, our secondary channel where we nerd out about tech things. First, of course, we need to know if Mini Joel is going to look good as a refrigerator magnet. Not everything makes a good refrigerator magnet, but I have it on good authority that the Mini Joel will make a good refrigerator magnet. So let's try it. We're gonna take two of these magnets and we're gonna just stick them to the back of a Mini Joel that we've cut in half. We're gonna see if it looks good on the fridge. Works. Yeah, look at that. Well, now that we know half a Mini Joel will work and will look good as a refrigerator magnet, I think it's only appropriate that I show you how to cut this in half, and then I also show you how to make the holes that we should put the magnets in. I think we're gonna use Meshmixer for that. Don't worry, I know it's scary, but let's see what we can get done in Meshmixer. Here we are, we're inside of Meshmixer. So to make Mini Joel a fridge magnet, we kind of have to cut off the back so that it has a flat side. And then we need to make holes for the magnets to go into, and then we'll add some super glue or whatever to hold them in, and then we should be good to go. Let's cut the back off of Mini Joel. So here we are in Meshmixer, and we've got Mini Joel loaded. First though, what I wanna do is go View, and I wanna show the object browser. That's one of the most important things that you could do for this one, because we're gonna have multiple objects. So to cut the back off of Joel, we're going to go Edit, and Plane Cut. And this just cuts on a plane, simple enough. What I'm choosing though is I want that plane to be as low as possible because I want some detail, as much detail, but I don't want to have to introduce the need for more supports. So if I go like this, and I move that plane up and down, I can kinda see where it's gonna go. I think that minus 0.75, I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and hit accept. So there's the cut. There's the flat side. That looks pretty darn good. Good job, Mini Joel. Just for the sake of knowing where everything is, you can kind of see that Mini Joel isn't on the plane. This is the plane right across here, and Mini Joel's a little bit below it because we did the plane cut lower. So I need to go Edit and Transform. I'm gonna make sure that W, there we go, there's that W. And I'm gonna take this arrow, I'm gonna move Mini Joel right up until he's on the plane. Mini Joel's below the plane. Mini Joel is on the plane. There we go. There's easier ways to do everything that I do, most likely. I'm gonna hit accept. There we go. So Mini Joel is on the plane. Now what I need to do is go over here to Meshmix, go here to this primitive, drag it over, and drop it right on the backside of the head. Easy enough. Make sure composition mode says create new object, and then accept. So because you have your object browser open, you can see that there is now a dropped part one, and that's that thing. So here's what you want to do with that. You want to go to Edit, make sure it's selected in the object browser, go Edit, and then Transform. So you can tell right now that the center of this object is right on the plane, and anything done on this object is going to be done from the center. So for example, if I change size X to 100 millimeters, you can tell the direction it's going, but it grew 50 millimeters out from the center on either side. We also know that now we know that this is the long side of the magnet, which means it's time to measure it. Got my handy dandy calipers, and if I measure the magnet on the short side, I've got 6.3. I'm gonna go ahead and say 7, just because we're gonna glue these in, and I don't need a snug fit, so 7 millimeters is just fine. On the long side, we've got 12.6. I'm gonna add a little bit and call it 13.2. And then the thickness, it looks like the thickness is going to be 1.5. 1.5. I'm going to change that to 2. So we've got 13.2. We've got 7. We've got 2. I think I got all those numbers right. Back into Meshmixer. We know that this direction is the 13.2 that we want. So we can change that 100 to 13.2. I'm gonna hit tab. Okay, so Y, I don't know if Y is depth or if it's length in Meshmixer's world, so I'm gonna change that to 100 and hit tab. It is the depth. So we know that Y, we need to change to 2, which leaves 7 for Z. Cool. Now, because this is grown from the center, and because the center exists on the Y plane, it means that we're only digging into the model. It exists in the model only 1 millimeter. If you look, and let's see, if I accept this, I go ahead and turn off that model, see how that plane kind of cuts that in half. If I turn on the model, you can see that it's only in the model 1 millimeter. Well, what we need is the magnet to sit 2 millimeters into the model. One way to do this is to move this up on the plane, or what we can do is go Edit and Transform. We can change this to a 4. We do that because since it's growing from the center, it means that it's now 2 millimeters this way and 2 millimeters that way. So we can still see it, and it's 2 millimeters into the model. I'm going to accept that. One more thing, hit this button right here. And oops, boy, I hit it twice apparently. My fingers just click so fast. We've made a copy of this. And now I can go to Transform, and because the copy is selected, I can just bring it down around here. Mini Joel deserves a couple different magnets in his backside. There we go. So now we have 2 magnet holes ready. The way to make the holes is select the model and then hold down Shift, and then select the thing that you want to subtract from it. Then go over here and click Boolean Difference. And it gives you a preview of what the hole should look like. It looks okay. The edges are a little bit weird. I would uncheck Auto Reduce Results. I would uncheck Preserve Group Borders. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. I would Target Edge Scale. I would bring that down. Okay, I think that looks okay, right? That looks okay. I'm gonna hit Accept. Okay, that's a good cut. That's a good one right there. Now we need to work on this one. So again, this is selected, hold Shift, click this, and then go Boolean Difference. Oh, it's got some wigglies on it. So let's see, Auto Reduce Result, uncheck this, preserve the target edge scale. I'm gonna bring down to 0.25. It's got some wigglies on the border there, and I don't know why. Let's see, max quality? Aha! Max quality. See, we're learning here. I'm gonna hit accept. That is a mighty fine cutout right there, as is that. Okay, so I guess one of the things that is great in Meshmixer is you have Control or Command Z, so you can undo things. So play with the settings a little bit and see what you can create. That's it. Look at that. We've got a mini Joel. We've got holes for magnets. Now what we need to do is export the STL and bring it into Slic3r Prusa Edition. Here we've got Prusa Slicer, and I'm gonna show you some tricks in here that'll make it a little bit easier. So I'm gonna hit Add, and I saved it as Mini Joel Test. Look at that, he's so cute. So cute, and there's the backside, and there's the magnets. In fact, why don't we just go ahead, 20 millimeters fast, 20%, let's just slice it. And why don't we preview it and see what it looks like? Oh, okay, so we've got supports in areas that I don't think need support. It's gonna detect the holes and it's gonna bridge across those. It's gonna come up and make the eyes, there's the mouth. Okay, okay. Well, I know, I don't think we need these supports right here. I don't think we need these here. We will need some for that little tuft of hair there, but I don't think we need these supports. Also, if you look right here, the 0.2 layers look okay right here, but as you get higher, it's a little chunky. So what we're gonna do in Prusa Slicer Edition, first, we're gonna use layer editing to make the layer height dynamic around the curve of my mini Joel belly. Then what we're gonna do is block some of the supports in areas that I don't think need them and only make sure that supports go in areas that we do need them. So first with the layer editing, go back to 3D, now go to layer editing. You can see it's kind of gray, and if you mouse over this section, you see yellow on the model. And that yellow means that's what you're going to affect with this layer editing. And if I use my mouse wheel and I scroll up, I can increase what I'm affecting. And if I scroll down, I can decrease the layers that I'm affecting. So I'm gonna scroll up because I want a kind of a wide, and I'm gonna start up here. I'm just clicking the mouse button and there we go. So I've created this curve. So by clicking, it brings that blue line over here, and that means make the layers thinner or preserve more of the detail. If you look down here, I can hold down Shift, use the right mouse button to smooth out that curve. Look at that. So I held down Shift and the right mouse button and dragged my mouse along that line, and it created this curve. I'm gonna click this layer editing button. I'm gonna hit Slice now. And under preview, the supports are still there. We know that, but look now. You can see that we've got the 0.2 layers that go up, and now they get thinner and thinner to the top. So we get this much more smooth, gradual curve. And that is perfect. That's exactly what we want. Now I'll go back to 3D because we've done the layer editing for the dynamic layer heights. Now what we need to do is we need to block the supports from the other parts of the model. So to do that, once you're in the 3D, tab, double click your model over here. Go to Load Generic, and this is when we're going to create a box. And I think it is, let's see, I'm gonna make it 50 long, wide, 100 long, and 30 tall. This is going to be a modifier, and once it's selected, you use these controls to move it. And so I'm gonna position it over the Joel. I'm gonna move it down. And what I'm trying to do, I want to cover as much of the Joel as I can that will not need the supports. So if I do that, okay. Now I need to move it on the Y just a bit. Ooh, just kind of like that, So if you look, these parts of the hair, this part right here, that's gonna need support. The rest of it, I don't think does. So because this is selected, the type of part from modifier, I'm gonna go support blocker. And I'm gonna hit OK. So we just see this green blob out here. That's not really much, but if we go to Slice now, once it's done, we hit Preview. Not only do our layer changes, the dynamic layer heights, not only do those work, but we've also eliminated all the supports from the areas that I don't think we needed. And we've just concentrated on the hair. That's not too shabby. Okay, we've made the model higher quality once it's done printing, and we've put supports in the areas we specifically wanted them, and we've removed supports from the areas we didn't need them. Now what I'm gonna do is right click and say set number of copies. And I'm gonna say 6, because I want 6 of them. And I'm gonna hit arrange. There they are on the build plate. I'm gonna go to preview, and there they are. This is it. So we're taking advantage of the 0.2 millimeter prusa fast setting, and then when the layers need to be a little bit thinner, we've used layer editing to take care of that. We've also used a generic modifier to block the supports in areas we didn't need them. We know it's just gonna bridge across these magnet holes. I think it's time we print this out and we see if the magnets actually fit to the printer. Normally there'd be a really sweet time lapse to show you, but I forgot to turn the camera on. I'm sorry, so you'll just have to make do with this. Ready? Done. Not too bad, right? That looks pretty good. This is a plate of 6 mini Joel possible refrigerator magnets. Perfect. You can see that what we did was great in Meshmixer because we made holes for the magnets in the back that we can glue in, and we didn't add support where we didn't think it needed to be, and these Variable layers look good. Oh, I'm about to remove the support because it needs to be, but I got this other little camera right here just so I can show you how easy it is. I've got some nips and I'm gonna, ooh, does that just come off right there? Whoa, ho, ho. That was easy. That was nothing. That was literally nothing. That was awesome. Now though, we should glue magnets into place. Let me get some glue. So I'm gonna drop some super glue in here, okay? And then I'm gonna put the magnet in, just like that. Okay, okay, okay. So let's do the other one. And then the magnet right in there. Get in, get in, get in. So look, that's sitting in there pretty good. You know, I got that stuff that you can spray, the accelerator, accelerant, the immobilizer. A lot of people say, just use water. And I'm like, okay, but whatever. So here, we're gonna set that there for a sec. I'm gonna get a towel. I'm gonna wipe the back of the magnet. Okay, that accelerated the curing of that. We now have a magnet that we can take down to the refrigerator and test out. Little Red Riding Hood and a Joel. There we go. Good job, Mini Joel, with the magnets on the inside. What do you know? It worked. That little guy right there worked. Held onto the refrigerator with all of its magnetic might, and it was able to hold a piece of paper up, which is great. It's exactly what we need. Okay, well, we have 5 others here, and this extra one that I had made already to test it out, so that's good. You stay right there. But wait a second, hold on. Oh, that's right. I printed a whole bunch of these, in fact. These are special. This is the Pearl Mouse prusa mint printed on the i3 Mark III. I printed these 6 at a time, and as you saw in the video, they are made to accept these wonderful magnets. Oh my goodness. How many do I have here? Let's see. Don't mind me, I'm just counting. 25, 26, 27 inches, one so you can maintain that view. 27. Actually, I'm gonna put those 2 to the side. So we've got 25 Pearl Mouse Mini Joel magnets. And I'm gonna do something really, really special. I'm going to offer these 25 for sale. Extremely limited, one time only. This is all that I'm making for this run. Each one will be hand numbered 1 through 25. Each one will include 3 stickers, the 3D Printing Nerd sticker, the Safety Joel sticker, oh, and the Joel Bot, of course. And what's really great is some proceeds from each sale will go to Seattle Children's Hospital. Cool. Okay, I'll have to hire my kids to put the magnets in these things. That will be great. This is kind of exciting. Okay, so cool. We made ourselves a product. Yeah! Yeah! Okay, oh wait. Oh, what's that you say? A multi-material version? Hold the phone. Sure. I've heard a number of people in my mind say, Joel, you could have done this in Tinkercad. You could do cuts off the bottom and holes in models in Tinkercad. You don't have to use Meshmixer. It's all complicated and hard and full of meshes that you mix. Whatever. But can Tinkercad do this? Let's see. Let's get rid of these. The plate is clean. Let's go back to here. Oh, Mini Joel, let's replace you with the multi-material version from Waxter. Joel hair, face, glasses, left foot, left eye, left hand, mouth, right foot, right eye, right hand, torso, pants for last. Oh, look at this. This is a Mini Joel model where each of the different pieces are represented as their own object, and you can click on them in the object browser, and it is awesome. Here is where Meshmixer comes into play. So let's say we want to do that plane cut, right? We want to do that plane cut. Can you select all of these? I guess you can. Can you do then? Oh, you know what? You've got duplicate, transform, align, create, pivot, and combine. So we can't just do a plane cut when things are selected. We can do a plane cut here with one thing selected, but as you can tell, it's only going to cut the things that are selected in the object browser. Control Z, Control Z. Oh, I crashed it. Okay, so the multi-material Joel is right there. Let's go view and let's show the object browser. Oh, and you're way over here. Get over here. There it is. So what we need to do is somehow tell Meshmixer without crashing that we need to work on all of these objects at the same time. That is done by selecting them all in the object browser, and then you go to combine. And then look at these wild colors. Ooh, boy, I should print Mini Joel like that. And it retained, because the last STL we selected was pants, it retains Joel Pants as the model name. This is cool because in Meshmixer, combining means that we have essentially given a big giant hug to all of the parts and we haven't let go. And everything that we're hugging, we can do operations on. And then at the end, we can separate. You get it? We can unhug at the end and all the pieces are ready. Let's just do a plain cut right here. Sure, accept. Look, oh, look at that. And we have all of these models at the back that we can now do things to. So what I wanna do, again, you can follow the steps from the previous one. What I wanna do is just kind of show you an example. So I'm not gonna be as exact. So I'm gonna drag this over. I am gonna select that, edit, transform. Let's see if I remember. This was 13.2. No, that was 7 to 13.2, I think, right? Yeah, just like that. Except, let's see, transform, I forgot to, I'm just gonna move it over just a smidge. No, you know what I'm gonna do? Oh, I just moved the magnet into 2 pieces at once. Oh, what am I doing? I am the craziest. Okay, so now let's duplicate it. Oh, again, me and my click speed, I tell you. So with this selected, I'm gonna go edit and transform. We're just gonna bring it down. I'm gonna put it on 2 more pieces. Oh, I don't know, I'm playing with fire here. Select Joel Pants, Shift, select dropped part 1, Boolean difference. I'm gonna go max, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hit accept. Yes, okay. Okay, we kind of have a terrible hole, but it's there. Boolean difference, max quality, maybe preserve group borders? Oh no, look at those little triangles come out. The heck? Little butt triangles. Merge border rings. I don't know. What if I take that down? Does that do anything? Preview iterations. What if I take that down? No. What if I put it up? Ooh. Okay. Let's just accept. Oh, okay. Now. Oh man, I hope you can make better holes in your models than I can. Now, with Joel Pants selected, you can go to edit and choose separate shells. It's gonna chew on it a little bit, but now look at, we've got the face and the hair and all of those. Oh, that's so good. Unfortunately, you can't just do a big old group save. What you have to do is click on a model and then go export and then name the model, and that's what happens. I've already done this. So I've already saved these out back when my hole slicing worked. So in add, I'm gonna go over here to my directory. I'm gonna choose the face, the glasses, the hair, the left arm, left eye, left foot, pants, right arm, right eye, right foot, shirt, and smile. Hit open. Let's see, that was wrong. Okay, so we're gonna delete all, and instead you have to select the MMU. The MMU. Okay, so now when I go add and I select them all and I hit open, yes, this is a multi-material model. There it is. Okay. So if I double click there, I can choose the extruder. So I'm just gonna, it's randomly picked extruders. That's totally fine, totally fine. Here's what I wanna do. I'm gonna hit slice now. Okay, and I'm gonna go preview. There's our, look at that. Look at that guy. And then if I go down here, there's our holes. There's our holes. Let's see. So my pants though need to be a different extruder. So we're gonna do 4, just because they were the same color. No one wants to wear a Canadian tuxedo. So here we go. Look at, there's holes. Everything looks cool. And well, here, this works. Let me show you the result. That's how you make a multi-material Mini Joel fridge magnet. That's how it looks. Focus. And Holy crap, it works. It works. I've tried this on the fridge. I will try it again just for you. There's the magnets in the back. We're not done yet because, well, you saw there were 7 on that plate. So here's the other mini Joels that are multi-material. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I also, I was able to print some using atomic filament. I think that one looks really, really good. And oh my goodness, look at this. Polyalchemy FX. This is their granite, I think it is. I printed some of those as well. There's little magnets everywhere. Well, this is interesting because I had another idea. I have a stack of multi-material mini Joels, atomic filament mini Joels, Polyalchemy FX mini Joels, and 1 pearl mouse. And the same over here. Some of these are up over here. Here's the deal. Right down the line, everything on the side will be going with me to MRF, the Midwest Rep Rap Festival, and I will have details later as to how you might be able to win one of these mini Joel magnets from me while at MRF. That should be fun. Oh, these are so cool. These over here, well, not everybody can go to the Midwest Rep Rap Festival. That's sad. But at the same time, I don't want you to have to miss out on something like this. So these over here will be for you, my international viewers. I will have details later as to how you might be able to win one of these. And no, I'm not limiting it to the US. I'm just saying I'm limiting it to the Earth. I haven't yet found out how to get international mail to Mars. Not yet. So we've got these mini Joel magnets and we've got these mini Joel magnets. And we have the Pearl Mouse mini Joel magnets that are going to be limited edition, one time only, numbered 1 through 25, blah, blah, etc. We covered that. One thing I want, there's 2 things. There's 2 things I need to tell you about. First, it's not all sunshines and rainbows and puppies. Sometimes prints fail. Sometimes snow hits Seattle. Sometimes you have a power outage. Sometimes you have a filament jam. Sometimes it just sucks. But you have to persevere. You have to get through it. You have to find the problem and you have to keep going. Oh man, don't let failure define you. Let failure lead your way. Find out what failed, fix it, and then move on because you are awesome. Look at all this stuff. Oh, it's just exciting. It's like maker rainbows. The second thing I want to address, I reached out to Wexter, the designer of Mini Joel, and I posed him my question of would he be okay with me designing this, selling it as a very limited run with some proceeds going to Seattle Children's Hospital. And he gave me a big thumbs up right next to a big thumbs up. And he said yes. So I got permission from the model creator. If you're gonna go and use this tutorial to go turn someone else's model into a refrigerator magnet, and then you possibly wanna sell it and then make some of that money go to charity, just make sure you get their permission first. Well, with that in mind, there's links in the description and I hope you visit them. A big thanks for everybody that watched it this far. I had a lot of fun. I'm really excited to get this going, and I can't wait to see you getting a selfie with a Mini Joel refrigerator magnet. Subscribe if you're not, ring that bell, don't forget to hug each other more. I love you guys, as always. High five.